Yo, what's up, guys? Before this video starts, I want to let you all know that I'm running this huge giveaway right now. There'll be a link in the description below. 15 copies of Black Ops 4. There's also a code for 30% off G Fuel if you guys want to save 30% on any G Fuel, Cherry Lime, whatever. Just use code CENSOR on gfuel.com/censor. And yeah, let's get into this. All right, cliche, typical dramatic sigh before the dramatic YouTube video. Okay, you've seen this a million times. I've been through this a lot of times, but man, I gotta tell you, this is honestly the hardest one that I've ever made. I made a lot of these videos before, like talking about something that's super important to me, or like a story in my life, or something that moved me in a way, putting on my camera and trying to emulate that to you guys. This to me is just so hard because I'm so like torn up inside about it, and I'm really finding it difficult to portray the words in my head out to this camera right now. And I think the hardest part for me is that I feel like it's hard for you guys to understand where I come from with this, because I could already see the comments right now saying that I'm just taking an L after an L after an L, and just people want to just like bash on me and dog on me. And I understand like why people would say that, but it's just really difficult for me to just explain myself, because it's just, man, I don't even know where to begin this, man. I'm not going to cut any of this. I'm just going to be straightforward and transparent about this video. And I want to take it back to about a year ago. So I'm not going to like try to put on any like facade. I'm not going to try to filter my thoughts too much. I'm just going to tell you guys how I am and how I feel in like this transitional period of my life, because it's super important to me. And I hope that you guys can relate on some sort of a sense. Like whether you're like a kid that's a senior going to college, or like a kid going to his first day of high school, and you're kind of like lost in like trying to figure out your place in the world in a way, or like if you're like a person who just graduated college and you're just signing a job and like you're getting out there and you're moving out for the first time, and you just don't know what to do next, and like where you stand. That's kind of where I feel right now. Like I feel lost in a way, because for the past like 4 or 5 years, all I did every single day was just content, gaming, YouTube, vlogs with my ex-girlfriend, like just having fun, traveling the world, like trying to just be as aspiring as I possibly can, and making fitness videos. And now I broke up with my ex a few months ago, and you guys remind me of that every single day. Eventually, I'm just going to turn this thing into a freaking meme and a joke, because it's like, it's so dead at this point, and it's the only thing that I freaking see all the time. I'm just going to make this thing a freaking meme, because the only thing I can do now is like laugh, because it's actually so stupid. But she was such a big part of my career growing up on YouTube, and throughout my life from when I was 20 years old. And then I said to you guys that I'm going to be stopping that, and I want to focus mostly on my career with gaming. And that is true. That's 100% true. And a lot of you guys are trying to like figure out the nuances and why I did those things. Like there's personal reasons as to why I ended a relationship with somebody that I just do not ever feel comfortable telling you guys, because it's just not fair to her or for me. And that's just where I'm going to leave that at. And if you guys ever have a relationship, you should know that, because I understand that I have a voice on social media, and I try to use my voice for good. And I'm never going to try to throw somebody under the bus, especially somebody that was in my life for such a long time, just out of respect, because it's just not being a gentleman. It's just not the way to do things. And that's just how I believe in things. But I moved on, I'm past that, and I got roasted. And now that I'm making this YouTube video talking to you guys about how I'm done competing professionally with Call of Duty, I can just understand how you guys are going to be so confused about that. So I want you guys to kind of see this in my head and the way that I see things. So I'm going to take you guys back to last year when I decided to come back to competitive Call of Duty. I sacrificed so much, and I was willing to do whatever it took. And the honest thought that I had in my head all the time when I was coming back through all the players was that there was a lot of new players that were in the scene that weren't playing 3 years ago when I started. And a lot of these players just kind of looked at me as like washed up, or like an old veteran, I guess, or like somebody who's coming back who doesn't take this thing seriously. They probably look at me as like, oh, this is FaZe Censor. He blew up on YouTube, whatever. He's got a lot of money. He doesn't care about competitive Call of Duty. He's not going to take this as seriously as I am. I need to bust my ass so that I can play well. And this guy is just going to take it as a joke, because he has a lot to fall back on. He's got a house. He's got 2 dogs. He's got everything. So he doesn't need competitive Call of Duty. I swear that is the thought that I always felt other players felt about me, and I really do feel like it held me back, because no matter what I would do, no matter how well that I would play in like grinding the game every day, or like trying to influence people to play with me, or to persuade people like my feeling, I always felt like in the back of my head that's how people perceive me, and it was just something I can never get away from, and it was just really unfortunate. And I'll get into like performances and all that, because a lot of people say like statistically I was the worst player in season 2. I was like bottom 5 in season 2, but I'll get into that another time. It doesn't even matter. Like that's all overrated stuff. But I came back in Call of Duty World War II. I had a plan. I was like, I'm going to make next threat. I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to get this team into the pro league. I'm going to do everything I can to get into the league and to win the world championship. And if I win the world championship, I'll be happy. I could retire. I could do whatever I want, whatever. Turns out that I missed the pro league by 40 points, and it was really controversial, whatever. And then I was in this point in my life where I'm like, all right, I'm not in the pro league. I'm not making content every day because I sacrificed making videos in order to be a pro gamer and just be the best I could at the game. And nobody really wanted to watch World War II. I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to focus on making videos. I'm just going to focus on playing. So I would wake up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, run to the gym because I ain't never given up the gym. All right, let me tell you, the gym is something I'm always going to do. I run to the gym. I run home at 3 o'clock. I'll be like one of the first guys on by 4. Playing like money 8s, playing like practice scrims with all these other pros, trying to impress them, and then trying to scrim with my garbage team that I hated every single day just so I could get on a better team with other players. And you know, a lot of people think that same way too. I don't want you guys to like take that the wrong way. I'm just giving you guys like my unfiltered thought. Like the team I had was just garbage and it wasn't going to work out and we had no chemistry together. And it was really just a stepping stone in my career to get to the next step. And I grinded so much for like 3 months straight. I had to be the first guy on every day, the last guy off every day. And I was playing so well, and people knew that. So then eventually, after you do that consistently as a routine for weeks and then months, you would get an opportunity. And I had that opportunity with Lightning Pandas. I took the fullest advantage of it. I did everything I could. I was the best player and teammate I could be for these guys. And we got 8th. We knocked out FaZe. And then I got picked up by Complexity. And I finally made it into the pro league. So I went from all the way down here and I went all the way back up to the league. I had some great players, and honestly, like it was just the most stressful 6 months of my life playing with these guys. And I don't really have a problem with any of them individually. Like Ricky, Bless, and Dashy, they're all good. And like I played with Ricky in the beginning of the game, and I didn't really have a problem with him. But then when I put Ricky and then Bless and then Dashy and then myself all on a team together, and you play every single day, like they would all say the same thing too. We just did not have the chemistry, and we just did not like playing with each other, and then it showed. And then, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes in Call of Duty. And it's not just these guys, it's just the community as a total. Like sometimes players, and even other sports, sometimes players just don't work well together, and you just got to move on and go your own ways. And that's just how it is. And I understand that, so I try to make the most of it. I try to be the best teammate I could be. You know, I'm not trying to say that like I'm a golden sand or anything, because I'm not. Like obviously, if I statistically have some of the worst stats in the league, that says something, right? But I try to do everything I could as a teammate to like, you know, be on at the right time, or like sometimes I'll try to act like a father to these little kids. Sometimes I'll try to like let them be the superior. You know, I tried everything and we just couldn't make it work. It's just how that simple. Like we did what we could. They put in a lot of hours. We just couldn't make it work. And it sucks because it really hurt my draft stock going into this game. But fortunately for me, I was able to get on Evil Geniuses with Saints, Goonjar, Royalty, and Lacefield. I had a lot of success with these guys, and they're really talented players. And then right before the game drops, I get a text message from the manager of Evil Geniuses saying, hey, there's a chance that we might pick up Fellow because E United's dropping him. And E United just got 4th at COD Champs. Fellow's a really good player. He's been around for the last few years, placing really well at Champs. And the team decided that they wanted Fellow over me. So I was like, all right, well, I'm kind of screwed now. Like, there's no pro teams out there who can pick me up because every single team was contracted. I'm not really that high on like a draft stock leaderboard. And it's like, I'm basically in the same position that I started in last year. Maybe I'm a little bit better in a position now because I have some pro points, which could help. But it's like, do I really want to go through what I went through last year and how much I sacrificed last year? I could honestly say to you guys that I gave competitive Call of Duty everything that I had, and it gave me the opportunity to play on a pro team in the league, which is great. It just wasn't the right mix of players together, and unfortunately it just didn't work out. And now I have to sit here and tell you guys that I'm not going to play anymore because I just don't think it's worth it for me to come back and play every single day as much as I was before just to prove myself again to players where I know deep down if I'm on the right team with the right guys, I'll have success and I could win right away. And it's just that I'd have to prove myself again and play 12 hours, 14 hours a day and play well. And I have all the confidence in the world that I could do that, but I'm simply just not willing to sacrifice that again. I did it last year. I tried it, and it just did not work out. And I am just way too stressed out, guys. It probably shows in some of my videos. I am just way too stressed out about all of this. Like, I was literally spinning when I was walking up my stairs the other day because I was in this, I like to call it a purgatory. I was waiting to see if I was going to stay on the Evil Geniuses team or not because we're about to announce the team. We're about to sign contracts. Then I found out that this player might be joining the team in place of me. So for like a 2 or 3 day span, it just stressed me out so much, not knowing what's going to happen next and assuming that I'm probably not going to be on the team. And then finally, like the day before they finally told me that they were going to get the other player, I literally was just spinning, guys. And I am like one of the most upbeat, happiest people. You see it a lot in most of my videos. Like I'm always upbeat and happy. But Call of Duty turned me into like this like, dude, I just couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, dude, who am I anymore? Like, I would literally be sitting here in my house, like, petting my dogs and just stressed out of my mind because I didn't know what my next move was going to be. And I'm like, do I really want to sit here and just play nonstop again to prove myself and work my way up the ladder? And even if I do, and even if I get on a really good team, there's still a chance you can't win the world championship. So I know that you guys look at me as an inspiration. You say, Doug, like, if you're going to follow your dreams, I'm going to follow my dreams. And that's, like, really the footprint that I want to step for you guys. But also there's a time we need to take a step back and know when to stop and when to pursue something else. And I think that's also important as well. Like, I always preach, follow your dreams and do everything you can. With Call of Duty, I've had success in the past. I've won 4 major tournaments. But now in this day and age, I just feel like I'd be sacrificing way too much if I continue to play. And I'd rather spend all of that time, all of those days where I'm grinding competitive Call of Duty with my team, into my YouTube channel and into live streaming and into making fun, original, like, content. Like, I love movies and I love, like, watching directors and how they do things and how to make people move through a movie and, like, these emotions that you have. And I love showing that to you guys. And that whole side of me was shut off for a full year because I was a competitor and I was in this zone of, I have to win. I want to be the best. And I can't balance those two things. I can't balance being an entertainer or, like, being a person who's making videos and then a competitor at the same time when I'm, like, on the slippery slope of, like, am I a FaZe Clan director? Am I a competitor on this different team? Like, I don't think there's ever been a player who was, like, a guy who, you know, grew up on YouTube and stayed in FaZe Clan and then started playing on other teams and, like, having to deal with that conflict between it all. It was just, like, a huge mess, and I don't know how I was able to get out of that. Like, it was the most stressful period of my life, hands down, that last year. And I just don't feel comfortable going through that again. Kind of like Dwayne Johnson, he's one of my biggest inspirations. He was trying to go to the NFL, and he ended up going to the Canadian Football League, getting cut, and he said, you know what, like, what do I do next? I want to go to the NFL. I really, like, this is my dream. I want to win a Super Bowl. I could relate to that so well with Call of Duty because I want to win a world championship. I want to get that ring, like the championship ring. I want that thing so bad. And it's just one of those things where I know it's time for me to move on and focus all my effort and energy into something that I could have more success in and something that I could be happier with and something that will make me less stressful. And honestly, the most happy I am is when I go into the gym or if I go out to the movies or if I go out to a mall and I see any of you guys who watch my videos and you say, oh my God, that's FaZe Censor. Dude, I love you. Or, like, they'll shake with their hand with their phone. I'm like, yo, let's take a picture because I know what it's like. Like, I was that little kid and there was no, like, content creators or YouTubers when I was a kid. But I was that little kid who didn't know what he wanted to do. And I was that little kid who, like, you know, kind of like a Call of Duty when nobody would believe in him. And I was like, you know what? It, like, gave me this fire inside of me. I was like, I want to make something of myself, you know? So when I see all those other people out there, even if they're older than me or the same age as me, I want to be able to, like, have that fire that was inside of me and, like, transfer a little bit to other people so that they could, you know, follow their dreams and do things. Like, there's this one guy that follows me and my dad who's actually a professional NASCAR driver now, and I think he's 18 years old. I know he's probably watching this video. We're just Instagram DMing the other day. Like, I want to be able to do that for people, and that makes me happier than anything when I could see any of you guys out there watching my videos and give you guys some sort of inspiration. Like, that is the whole goal and plan that I have with this channel. That is the whole goal and plan I have with my life. Like, I want to be able to do something that moves people, whether it's through digital media, movies, directing, being a president, whatever it is in the world. Like, I see no limits, and I have huge dreams and goals of just making the world a better place through cameras and talking to people and the power of voice. And honestly, like, for this whole last year, my voice was quiet and I was just so conflicted with being a FaZe Clan director and a YouTuber and being a pro player on different teams. All the times in my comments, all I'd see is, Doug, are you still in FaZe? Are you still, like, what team are you on now? Because I had a team hop to get my way back up to the top, and then players wouldn't want to play with me, so I had to go to a different team, and then, like, it was just so much stress, guys. So I'm trying to, like, paint this picture in your head. I hope you guys aren't spinning. I hope you guys could follow along with everything that I'm saying. But bottom line, I'm not going to play, at least not for this year. Like I said a long time ago, the only way I'd come back is if I was on FaZe. Now, after going through what I did last year, I sacrificed anything and everything to try to climb my way up competitive Call of Duty. I could say that I tried. I could say that I made the Pro League, and my team that I had just couldn't finish the job. We couldn't get the World Championship ring that we wanted. But they're all some phenomenal players. They all put in a lot of time to their craft. And I know that they're going to do some big things this year. They have some good teams, and I think one of them hasn't been announced yet. But I'm going to be following them closely. I want to still stay involved with competitive Call of Duty, whether it's being an analyst on the desk. I want to be around. I want to help the scene grow because I love it, just like how I've always done throughout my entire life. But I want to really get back to just focusing on making good content and making things that I'm passionate about and having fun with it and just not having all of this stress because it's just so hard for me to emulate it to you guys. And I know Nate Shot made a retirement video like this a long time ago, and I could totally relate to the guy now. Like, it was just so stressful for me and it's time for me to move on to different things. So I know a lot of the comments are going to say like, L, you took another L, blah, 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 blah. But honestly, guys, my happiness is the most important thing at the end of the day. And inspiring you guys is also the second most important thing to me, probably. No, the third most, because I have my mom. Fourth, I have my dogs. So you guys are like the fourth most. So I got like my happiness, my mom, my dogs. And bottom line, you guys know I really care about you guys, okay? I care about you guys. I care about making content. I care about uplifting people and just being happy. And that's what I want to get back to, because competitive Call of Duty is amazing, and as long as you're in the right system, it could be great. But for me, I just think it's time for me to take a step back. So I hope that I did a really good job explaining this to you guys in this video. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. This doesn't mean that I'm like giving up or quitting in any way. I just think it's the right time for me to stop. I just think it's the right time for me to stop pursuing that passion. It's something that I can't do alone. I need the right people around me, and I don't have the right people that believe in me around me. So maybe in the future, it'll change. Maybe in the future, FaZe will bless me and they'll pick me up with the competitive Call of Duty team. And I hope that they saw with last year that I am willing to do whatever it takes to win and put in the time and just be the best teammate and player I can be. And I hope that I can prove that to all the other pros out there as well if they're watching this video. But for now, it's just not the right time for me to be playing. And I'll still be playing every single day. I'll still be live streaming Call of Duty Black Ops 4, making Call of Duty cut comms, playing Blackout, playing Fortnite. I love Fortnite. It's a lot of fun. I wish I played that a lot more last year, but I just want to do things that I really love. So I'll be playing Search and Destroy tournaments on Black Ops 4. I'll be live streaming them, making YouTube videos, making skits. Like, I got a skit coming out tomorrow I think you guys are going to like. It's pretty funny. But my camera just cut out on that note, and I think that I covered everything in this video. It was really hard for me, but I feel like I opened up in the right way that I wanted to you guys, and I hope you guys could just trust me and stay along for the ride. And like I said, click the first link in the description below for the giveaway if you guys want a copy of Black Ops 4, some cherry limeade. Use code Censor for 30% off G Fuel as well. Shop Gymshark in the link in the description below as well. But I think I covered everything, and I'm excited, all right? New video tomorrow. I'm going to try to upload every day at like 6 Eastern, maybe 7 Eastern, because now I don't got to worry about getting on a scrim with my team. I can focus on my YouTube channel again, and it feels good. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys all have a great day. It's been your boy Doug Censor Martin, and I'm out, guys. Peace.